Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me to the entire world. Sashina, what are the names? Piper and Libby. Piper and Libby, ladies and gentlemen. Sashina's sheep, or yes, they're sheep, they're goats. Bits gave birth to Libby and Piper, and they are here and happy. Thank you for sharing that video. Give me 1 second while I grab myself here. Oops, I mean, you know what I meant. I hope everybody's doing well today. I outside, as you can see. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everybody's had a wonderful day so far. Um, Let me see. It's goats. They're goats. Of course they're goats. Duh. I'm not like a city girl or anything at all. No, not me. Um, Guys, I hope you've had a wonderful day today. Uh, Thank you for sharing, Sashina. I love sharing in the good things that happen in our community, and that is obviously one of them. Um, Guys, welcome to Kitchen Court Cases. If you're new here, my name is Kitchen Court Cases. We usually watch court in my kitchen. It's so beautiful outside. We're doing class outside tonight, folks, because I can. So, I'm outside. We are going to be watching some lovely court. I hope you've had a wonderful evening so far. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and clock in for your shift by hitting that like button. I guess the dislike button would be fine too. I mean, the interaction is the interaction, I suppose, but I prefer the like button. We do have some court to watch today. We have Matthew Hagen to watch. But to start with, I'd love to hear what you had for dinner. And if you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. Lisa Figueroa, thank you so much. You like my hair down. You know, my hair is now at the length where it is annoying both up and down, which means it probably needs to be cut. I see my friends here. I see Courtney. I see Billy Elliott. I know it's late slash early for you, Billy. Sashina, of course, Goat Mama. Mama Goat, Goat Mama, whichever way you prefer. Mayor, thank you so much for being here. Vicky is here. She's having burgers on the grill. Woo! Good idea. Oh, Sashina's like, "Gah, I don't know what to have for dinner. Chicken and bean burrito. That sounds pretty good. Ellie had ramen and Lisa had spaghetti. That is an easy dinner, Lisa. I love that dinner. Um, that reminds me of a clip I started making yesterday about the way my brain works, and then I didn't make the end of it. Oh, Orlando Chiquita Donna, thank you so much. In honor of the little goats, Piper and Libby. Am I saying it right? I always fuck their names up. Anyways, thank you so much, Donna. You're such. Thank you. I hope you guys are seriously having a wonderful, wonderful day. Billy had McDonald's and now has regrets, but just slight regrets. Billy, tell me what kind of sauces they have in McDonald's in Ireland. I need the full lineup of McDonald's sauces available in Ireland. People in the chat, I want you to put your sauces that are available slash your favorite sauce from McDonald's in wherever you're from. Cellulite yoga pants are Fulmer forever. Uh, I don't know how to fix it. Mayor, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I so appreciate that. Look at you have made 5 people's days. Laura earlier made 5 people's day. I think so. Titwissy, Jacqueline, insert funny name, Jody Gardner, and Rachel. Rach. We talked about this once. This'll go. Um, Probably honey mustard is your favorite sauce, okay? Ellie likes barbecue. Lisa does not eat sauce. So as a child, I was a sweet and sour girl all the way through. Sweet and sour sauce, 100, 100p, 100p. Green lid, okay? Um, as I have evolved, I've begun to really like McChicken sauce, mayonnaise. Probably not the best, but whatever. Anyways, so now if you add McChicken sauce and mayo and sweet and sour together, that's pretty good. But you guys know I cook at home a lot. I do. Anyways, okay, so we have, that's reminding me. Give me one moment while I gather. I'm on one little tiny computer because I want to be outside, which is like probably a bad idea. Probably I shouldn't have done that. But I did do that. So, give me one moment. Oh, please just might just work. Oh, it just works. Yes. Okay. Guys, I haven't watched any part of this yet. Literally none. Didn't even take a screenshot for the thumbnail. I used Hagen's background. Wait, hold on. Where the fuck am I? Hold on. I'm sorry, but no. Yeah, no, that's not quite gonna work for me. Well, now it's just all messed up. Okay, so it's because I added that after. Okay. You have to forgive me. I have been procrastinating by doing other things than I should be doing. This might work now. Not quite. There we go. Okay, now we're good. So this is Matthew Hagen. He is a referee. It's in Michigan, but he handles all the foreign cases. I haven't watched any part of this. It is not an update to Birdie's parents unless they've delved deep into these hearings. I haven't watched any part of it. So we're going to watch it together. This is the way it goes. I hope you're all having a good day, by the way. That's important to me, that you're having good days. Also, hi, Larry. Yes, Larry's here too. If you're new here, this is Larry Beaver. I wish Larry was real and he could do all my actual work for me. That would be good. I haven't found one of those yet. I have a Scotty, but he's useless. Okay, let's get going. We will hit play.
Start from the top. I'll bring in Mr. Backy.
All right, it's July 6, 2023. This is the date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Mr. Backy, if you'd state your name for the record, please.
Brent David Backy.
Backy, thank you. Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, front of the court. This is a matter of Miranda Mead versus Brent Backy, file number 2006-3724 DP. Notice of adjournment was mailed to Mr. Backy on April 17th, 2023, adjourning the matter from May 11th to today's date. There is no current charge, as the emancipation date for this child is October 12th, 2022. But the most recent order that was charging was the party's 10th order modifying their order for custody support and parenting time that required $437 a month. I would say that Mr. Backy had a period of decent payment from March 2019 through December 2020. Since then, there have not been any payments made. There currently is a total arrearage balance owed at this time, Your Honor, of $4,916.53. Of that amount, $4,790.53 is owed to the third-party care provider. The remainder is fees. I can pull the payment histories up for the court's review.
Okay, Mr. Backy, what's been going on?
I've just kind of been struggling to find gainful employment. You know, the pandemic kind of threw everything out of whack. I went through a separation, had a out of control teenager who wanted to leave the house. Basically my agreement, what I stated to him was, if you want to do what you want, then you need to get a job, you need to support yourself, and you can take the proper steps to emancipate yourself as a minor. That turned into, it's basically he moved in with a friend of his parents. I said I didn't have.
Wow, okay. I'm confused. I'm gonna have to get my notepad out, you guys. Either that or you're going to have to pay attention. There's one or the other here. Also, if you're just joining us, go ahead and hit the like button. I do even have a notepad out here because I was trying to be bougie and organized today. Not frozen. I paused it. Is it good now? Do you mean frozen? What do you mean?
Him the money. My dad signed off on whatever was owed to him through the court. I had been giving him money religiously while Weston was in his care. I don't want to take those steps with these people because they did take him into their home, even though I disagree with most of everything that took place in between his 17th and 18th year. But I struggled with employment recently, past 2 weeks. This is my third or fourth. I've been working for an excavating company out of Meesick, so looking to just kind of get all the adequate information to the court so the fees can be paid off, and just kind of start a little bit of the healing process, acceptance process of my son turning into an adult.
Okay, so this is arrears only. It sounds like you're working. I try to work with people on these. What's an amount that you think you can pay, and we can just see if it's reasonable and move on, so you can pay down this bill.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I can pay the 120, or whatever it's set at. I'd like to get it dealt with sooner than later, because I know that that's just more interest or whatever on the money. But the way it's set is fine. I was just looking to. I need to get the appropriate information to the court so the money can come out, start going in the right direction, and just starting to eliminate this issue.
All right. Well, here's what I'll say. 120 a month is fine with me. Your order was for 430.
A week rather. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just trying to work with you on something you can pay, so you can pay consistently. Your arrears won't go up. It's set at the same amount, so anything you pay will go down. So that's all we're trying to get you to do is pay steadily so that we can move on. Okay.
I understand. I bounced around. I went through like 6 jobs. Every time I thought I found a good place.
Here's the thing. You can pay 120 a month, correct?
Easily, but I can pay the 120 a week. I'd much rather do that just so it's done sooner, Your Honor. I'm okay. It's not. It's more of an issue of the. I finally found a place where I fit in, I guess.
Part of the issue, sir. So part of the issue is, we have to enforce the order, and we're not getting any payments. So I'm trying to work with you on what you can pay, what you will pay, so we don't have to keep having you come into court and do this. Okay.
Are you guys telling me we can't do this because of the internet? Not working outside? We can't do class outside? Is that the problem? Is my audio coming through okay? Or is the video, because the video is not choppy on my end at all, nor is the audio choppy, but it usually isn't. So that's annoying. I'm rolling a joint if you guys want to do that too while we figure this out. My audio is fine, hey? Okay, we have one other option that we can do. Okay, give me 1 second. I have a backup option. I'm just literally have a joint in my hand that I'm rolling. No, I'm not Ellie. Actually, I don't know how old Ellie is. How old is Ellie, Lisa? Oh, now I'm Blippy? Fuck. Is it coming through for everybody now? A little bit better? Um, there's another option I can maybe try. Okay, I'm gonna try and hit play. What about the video though? Once I hit play on this, how does that come through for y'alls?
I understand that the payments weren't the issue of why. I mean, can we do? Can we do 300 a month? Can we do that?
I'm
Whatever
fine
that.
with that. That's perfectly fine. Just anything you pay will go towards the arrears, and then you won't have to deal with us anymore. So
Yeah, I understand.
we're gonna, but
I
here's
was
what,
unemployed.
but listen, here's what we're gonna do. Is I'm gonna put, or we'll put in the order here that you agreed to pay $300 a month towards this, and then if we have any issues and we come back, I'll want to know why you aren't complying with the agreement that you made. Understood?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I was unemployed for 3 months. I'd struggled. I've been dealing with things. So.
All right. So 300 a month. And Mr. Hogue, go ahead.
Yeah, so Mr. Backy, it can be attached to your income if you are an employee of this excavating company, or are you contracted by them?
No, I am an employee of the company now. That was part of the issue. The other place I was at was 1099. I didn't realize that initially, and then when I found out and made arrangements, just things just kept taking turns, unforeseen.
Sure. So what's the name of your employer, Mr. Backy?
Teal, Teall, excavation.
Sorry, do that again.
Teall. It's Teal, Teall.
Okay.
Excavation out of Mesick, Michigan.
Do you have any idea if Teal Excavate? Do you know their federal employee identification number?
I do not, and honestly, there's just 4 of us, and it was just him up until a couple years ago, so I doubt that he even has one.
Yeah, we don't have Teal Excavation in our database. So if
he isn't on the job site right now, but would I be able to give that to, like, I could get it from him a little later on today, or
contact your case manager. Yep.
Okay, and then that's another issue. I tried calling Karen, but she's out because and my case manager has changed a few times, so it's kind of hard to keep up with. But I believe it's Karen Sanchez.
That is correct.
Okay,
and if she's
not
in the office, you can always leave her a message. They always get their messages regardless of whether they're in the office or not.
Her voicemail said not to leave her a message. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
If you were calling within just the last couple of days, that's because she was actually on vacation, but she is not on vacation anymore.
Oh, okay. So, okay. I called this morning, so
that's kind of the point I think we're trying to get at too, is try to reach out before the day.
Yeah, I had spoken with her. I had made a payment. That's why things were delayed. And then things just took a turn. It's just been a little difficult to get back.
All right. Well, we're working with you. We've got the payment plan of $300. I would ask that Mr. Hogue, we include a brochure of what different ways to pay. Sounds like he was kind of trying to figure that out too. So, sir, what will be attached in your order, or at least mailed with it, is all the different options. There are a million options and ways to pay this. Okay, so you can look through there and see how you can get it done. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I was really struggling to make an online payment. I had tried contacting my case manager, Karen. I had talked to some ladies at the desk, and I believe they were all steering me in the right direction. But once I had gotten online, I was struggling finding the portal or whatever to submit that, and I've been making an effort, and it's nothing I'm trying to avoid, and I did.
All right. So otherwise we'll adjourn it out 60 days. So hopefully we'll get you back on track, and if you're paying steadily, we won't have to see you in court. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Lockhart.
We've got Mr. Graff back, so I'll
Okay.
get Mr. Graff and Mr. and Ms. Charters.
Awesome.
Lisa, we went through a
Good
very
morning.
long trial. Oh, fuck, I
Good
gotta
morning.
fix this shit. Hold
Mr.
on.
Graff, have you spoken with your client?
We've exchanged several emails yesterday where you forwarded me some information, so I believe we're prepared to proceed.
Okay,
I know that at the last hearing, the court requested some medical information, which I received midday yesterday. I didn't have written permission or release sign from my client to disclose that. I finally got written permission, so I do have some medical information I can run upstairs to the court or present after the hearing for the court today. Not knowing how the court wants to proceed, I don't know if the court wants to adjourn to review the information. I don't know if the court wants to proceed today, but we're here in order to address the issue.
yeah, well, we'll talk about it today and see where we're at. It's July 6th, 2023. I was just wondering if you wanted a breakout room before I kind of got started.
Oh.
But
No, I think we're
All
okay.
this is date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Mr. Graff, if you'd state your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jacob Graff, on behalf of respondent Eric Charters.
Mr. Charters, if you'd state your name for the record, please.
Eric Charters.
And Ms. Charters.
Amanda Charters.
Thank you, Mr. Hogue.
Case of Amanda Charters versus Eric Charters, file number 2021-16233DZ. Show cause hearing occurred May 11th this year. At that hearing, Mr. Charters alleged manifest hardship, and that's as a result of that allegation. The matter was adjourned to today's date, and Mr. Charters was ordered to provide verification of his stated manifest hardship. Nothing has been received by the court to this point, and in fact, not a single payment has been made on this case. There is an order of custody support and parenting time that was entered just May of 2022, just a little over a year ago. It requires $919 a month for 2 children. The arrearage balance has skyrocketed to $12,932.50. Of that amount, $12,194 is owed directly to Ms. Charters, the remainder in fees and medical support to the state of Michigan for the health insurance that is provided by the state of Michigan. I can pull the payment history up for the court's review. There is no payment.
There hasn't been, yeah, I was gonna say there's not much on there. Mr. Graff.
Good morning, Your Honor. Your Honor, as Mr. Hogue indicated, yes, we're here back on May 11th. Mr. Charters informed me of some medical issues he was dealing with, and this court did order, and it was in the written order to provide medical documentation. I had not received anything. It sounds like the court never received anything. Yesterday, I did receive some documents from my client. They are from the Pain Care Center. It's a couple, I guess, months of notes from a physician. He does not have any information regarding any disability claims. He did inform me that apparently the mail, I sent him several letters. He didn't get those letters, and included in those letters was a release so that if I got anything from him, I could disclose that information. Apparently he's been having mail issues. He's indicating now he uses a PO box, is PO box 22. That being
Shut up.
also suffered, I guess, some other health issues. He had some teeth pulled recently. His phone, he indicated me, was cut off for non-payment and just got it reinstated. His quote was last weekend. And so I don't necessarily know that his situation's gotten any better or improved. Like I said, I did bring an extra copy.
Tommy V and MI is here. Tommy, I was literally just about to say that when this stupid idiot starts talking about the P.O. box and address. If anybody wants to send anything to a P.O. box, it's my P.O. box that they should be sending things to. Address should be in the description of the channel. No, but hi, Tommy. I hope you're doing well. You've been putting out some amazing content. Guys, if you're not subbed to Tommy, he's almost at like 900. You're doing great, my man. So please make sure to sub to him. Another great creator. You know, there's so much court and so many courtrooms to watch that we need more of us doing this. Anyways, so, but Tommy, I thought that, and then I was like, to do an active edit because I've literally not watched this yet because that's the way that I do this. Most people wouldn't do that. Yeah. And also I screamed out like, "You idiot," and my neighbors are like, "What?" I'm like, "You guys, this summer is gonna be wild with the amount of court that we watch on this deck. It's gonna be nuts." They better get used to it. Seriously. The squirrels too. Anyways, let's continue. I love Hagen. It's great. I mean, we've spent so much time together through that initial ordeal, the divorce drama that, you know, that we all trauma bonded over. Let's continue, guys. Also, make sure that you clock in for your shift, Tommy.
Of the medical information I received. I can run that upstairs after this hearing for the court. I'm not sure if it'll meet the court's, I guess, what they were expecting. I've also instructed Mr. Charters that obviously the disability claims would be most important. I think that's what the court really wanted to see. And so I don't know if the court wants to adjourn to give him that opportunity, but it doesn't sound like his health situation's got any better.
I didn't hear any information about whether he could work today. Did you get anything that says that? I mean, that's
Correct.
what's his manifest hardship?
Your Honor, I believe when we were here back on the 11th, I noted some concerns that he had expressed to me. He suffers from scoliosis as well as some other spinal problems, and he's in the process of applying for disability. As he explained to me, apparently the endocrinologist, if I'm saying that correctly, that is local or was somewhat local, closed down their office permanently. And so he can't get an appointment with the new endocrinologist in Wyoming until October. But he still suffers from these medical disabilities in which he's.
Hold on, got a couple questions. Little old Canada girl here. Michigan, where is Wyoming in regards to Michigan? Somebody can show me on Hagen's map or whatever. Oh, thank you. My eyebrows are two completely unique beings, Sashina. Probably one of my longest relationships in life is my eyebrows and I. Talk about that another day. It's west. It's west, but is it contiguous to Michigan? To me, okay, here's the thing. I would literally never like lawyers need to stop with the upper angle cam. I know they do, Jay. But like if they're not contiguous to me, I'm confused. I'm confused. Miami. Oh my God. Oh God, you guys, it's a raccoon. Okay. We have a raccoon in the tree. It's daytime. Somebody Google it very quickly. Is that should I get inside? I'm not kidding now. There's a raccoon in that tree. Oh my God, my eyebrows are barely acquaintances. They seriously aren't. Okay, no, seriously though. I'm full on distracted now. I don't have a choice. I'm sorry. Uh, I'm on a deck, okay? The tree is overhanging the deck. The door is closed behind me. Should I be like maybe opening the door for an emergency exit situation here? If you're just joining us, news alert, news alert. Um, or in Oregon, is that where you are, Sashina? In Oregon, her goats were born, and in Canada, I thought we would have class outside today and it would be fun, but so far it's been really scary. No, I'm just joking, but seriously, there is a raccoon climbing in the tree, visible to me, making me worry. Lisa, I've done way worse things. The problem is this is a cherry tree, I'm just realizing, with beautiful ripe cherries. Holy fuck. Oh, I'm gonna have to pick those. Holy shit. Didn't even know that was a cherry tree. Okay. Oh, and somebody just coughed. Did you hear that? Tell me somebody heard that. Ew. That's pretty close. Well, I'm gonna hope that they'll get that person first. Let's continue watching our court. I'm gonna fight the raccoon, and I'm gonna try and videotape it, and hopefully I'll get a milli views. Milli views for raccoon fights. Oh man.
Expressed that he cannot work. It's not entirely clear from these records, but some of these records do indicate primary diagnosis, chronic pain syndrome, low back. Number 2, comorbid diagnosis, sleep apnea, anxiety, depression, OIC, insomnia. 3, medical, surgical, radiological diagnosis, scoliosis, DDD, C-spine. And it talks about the care that they've gone through in the last couple months. But I would leave for the court obviously to review that to see if that is sufficient to show that he is unable to work. But it does sound as like the scoliosis and the degenerative disc disease of his spine is causing incredible pain, which prohibits him from engaging in any significant work, as explained to me. And I guess that's why I hope to have the information regarding disability to know exactly what, if any, limitations have been placed in their response, whether denial, approving, or partial denial or acceptance.
Well, I know that you don't have the information, but has he disclosed to you where we are in the disability process, or?
I can let Mr. Charters probably update you. Apparently, if my notes are correct here, that he I'll let Mr. Charters answer that as I look.
That's fine. That's okay. You can say you don't. I was just wondering because I don't know where. I mean, here a big problem here is I was looking for something to say that he, can't work.
Actually,
I'm
no,
not
a
really
big problem here,
disputing
Judge, is
whether
that
he's had certain.
that our former cellulite yoga pants just reminded me of something as well. I have scoliosis too. I was just thinking that, like, they determined that when I had a baby. Okay. I went through fucking 24 hours of labor, and then they gave me Pitocin to like jumpstart the labor because I was like still 2 centimeters dilated, but my water had broken, which means you have to have the baby soon. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I had wanted a natural birth, and I had made it 24 hours without an epidural. And then they gave me the Pitocin, and I was like, you're gonna need to get that anesthesiologist over here right away. And they're like, she's busy. I'm like, we need to hustle it. And then they began to try and give me the epidural, and it was like a 45-minute ordeal, which resulted in multiple people having to leave the room because my back was like just bleeding all over it. My ex-husband couldn't handle it. My mother was there, she couldn't handle it. I was just like, get it inside of me. And they're like, this is a little difficult. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care, just deal with it. So they did finally, and they told me afterwards, they're like, you have a curvature in your spine, makes it very difficult. I was like, yes, well, thank you for that. But luckily in Canada, I had access to gas and air, they call it. So nitroglycerin, I guess, whatever it's called. It's the stuff you get at the dentist on tap, out of the wall. They were like, you're not having a contraction. I was like, you need to shut your fucking mouth, Karen. Okay? I'm having a goddamn baby. Okay? I don't need to be having a goddamn contraction to need to medicate. You need to back off.
Diagnoses, but I'm not a doctor. I don't know if what prevents, what. I've seen plenty of. Here's what I can do though is receive documents that say this person can work with limited this person can't work or whatever. That makes it a lot easier on me than for me to have to guess where we're at. So, Mr. Charters, where are we at with the disability issue?
Well, the short version is I'm asking for a little bit more time because of circumstances that arose recently that really hindered me from putting this documentation together. The list of ailments that keep me from being able to even land a job, let alone keep it, is longer than what was mentioned. And there is documentation to prove I can't use my left hand. Sometimes I can barely walk because of my lower back. The endocrinologist stuff, that's because that has to do with the medications not being adjusted right, which puts me in a very bad state of being low on cortisol and thyroid. And that's life-threatening if it gets too severe, but it's completely leaves me non-functional. More recently, in the last couple of months and the last week, I've had the surgery on my teeth, extracting the teeth. Because for the first time in my life, I can't get them worked on, can't afford a root canal, so I have had to have them pulled. The mail issues, my internet and phone, and there's one other issue. So there's a lot there. If the court would allow me the opportunity to put together the documentation with a little bit more time, I can do all that.
Yeah, I'm fine to adjourn. I mean, I think I said this last time. It's not that I don't believe you. It's that, I mean, in 60 days, I think we should have already had all that information, but we don't. And I don't know why that is, but.
Okay, the 60 days, I can answer to that. Over the past 60 days, I've been in so much pain that it has been difficult to function. I have been on track to put together all the documents. However, in the last couple of weeks, things have gotten to where, like in the last week, I can't remember a whole lot of what's happened because of the anesthesia. That affects everybody different, and apparently it affects my short-term memory for a while. So getting ready for this with a week of post-anesthetic effects has been, it's just been, I've forgotten where I put information and all that stuff. Didn't even know that certain conversations took place. My friends have helped me. I have a hand.
I do. Is the mic okay? I do not mean to sound rude, but here's the thing. You're describing life with ADD constantly. Actually, there's my phone ringing. Let's continue while I answer.
Handful of good friends, and they have helped me, but I need a little more time to do that. It's the past couple of months has been intensely challenging, and I apologize for that. I did not foresee that. Even a little bit more time would allow me to put this stuff together and prove that I really have some serious challenges.
All right, yeah, I'll adjourn it out 60 days, see if we can figure this out. I would ask that you stay in contact with your attorney, Mr. Graff. I'm not going to release Mr. Graff just yet because I'm only adjourning this. I'm not making an ultimate decision on it. In that time, that's another amount. I mean, Ms. Charters, did you have any input or anything you'd like to add?
Yes, he has dealt with these issues for our entire marriage. Some of them from the endocrinologist, from pain doctors. And when I was there with him still in 2020 in Wyoming, he was still chopping firewood, climbing trees with chainsaws, things like that, doing physical work. So that's what I would say. And in his superior claim to custody dated in May of 2021, he stated that he has the physical ability to care for the children. He's the healthiest and strongest he has been in many years. And he has resumed daily workouts and outdoor activity that he's pursued years ago. He's strong enough to support and keep up athletically with the kids' activity.
Okay, so hopefully we'll get to thank you for that, ma'am. So hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this because it's just going to keep growing. And even I'm not suspending the child support amount so that arrears will just keep growing. And just for Mr. Charter's sake, nothing that I do today will stop the prosecutor from pursuing felony charges against you. you're up in an amount that you're in that felony amount. So doesn't, you know, it would help to have the information. You know, I'm trying to work with you on the child support end for our enforcement purposes, but the prosecutor could always take over the case and bring something against you, and then you'd have to face felony charges. So we'll adjourn 60 days and see where we're at. But based on what Ms. Charters is saying too, I mean, I think we know I'm looking for something that says what your abilities actually are. Because if it's true, that's why I'm saying I'm not disputing the diagnoses or whatever. It's what your ability is. And she's claiming you have the ability to jump around and climb around and use equipment, and you're claiming you can't. So
there are
I don't know what to tell you, but we need more than what we need more information than what we have now, and you have 60 days to provide that.
Thank you. I understand.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, does the court want me to drop off those documents I referenced upstairs before I leave court this morning?
That'd be great. Or you can, however you get stuff to court's fine.
Okay, I'm here. I can run upstairs and get them
Okay.
direct.
Thank you.
Very good. Thanks, Mr. Graff.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Just bring him to our front desk.
FOC or in records?
FOC.
Okay, I'll be next door in a couple minutes then.
Got it.
Thanks.
Okay, next I've got Liam Daley and Amanda Swinney.
We're gonna pop in anyways. The raccoon's back. Oh,
All right. It's July 6, 2023. This is the date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Is it Ms. Swinney?
Miss King now. Miss Swinney was my maiden name.
Okay, Ms. King. If you just state your name for the record, please.
Amanda King.
Thank you. And Mr. Daley.
Yes, Liam Daley.
Thank you, Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, front of the court. This is the matter of Amanda Swinney, now known as King, versus Liam Daley, file number 2013-10473 DP. Notice of adjournment was mailed March 13th of this year, adjourning the matter from April 6th to today's date. The matter was adjourned because there were payments of $600 in March of 2023 and $300 in February of 2023. The most recent order regarding child support in this matter is the party's second order modifying the order for custody support and parenting time that was entered in February of 2022. That requires $199 a month in child support and medical support. I would indicate that historically, Mr. Daley's payment history has mostly been good, but recently has been fairly poor to the extent that at $199 a month charge, he now owes $3,122.86. Of that amount,
can you hear me? Really badly, but you can hear me. They both look naked. I've been distracted the whole entire time by them being naked. I thought they were naked. They apparently are both wanting to look naked. This is hilarious to me. I'm almost peeing my pants laughing, but also at the same time frantically trying to turn my mic on, which is on. You can see the light was on. It's just not working. And what I was trying to say is, if you know that if I fucking watched these ahead of time, I would have absolutely 1000% used this as the thumbnail, which I will later make this into the thumbnail of this video. But I obviously didn't, because she looks fucking more naked than I do when I do that little fan trick. That's what I was trying to say. Seriously. Is the sound great? Because I'm using a very poor technology comparatively to the expensive mic that I have that doesn't work. Oh, that's very comforting. I don't know how to mute this, though. I'm being serious, though. I don't know. Like, this one has a button at. Oh, I guess I'll just have to mute at this source. Okay. Away we go.
$2,592.45 is owed to Miss King. The remainder in fees and medical support to the state of Michigan. I can pull the payment history up for the court's review.
All right, Mr. Daley, so what's been going on?
So last time that we were here, it was I didn't realize my job wasn't taking it out like it had been doing previously. It had been like automatically coming out of my paycheck, so I had fallen behind and I haven't been able to catch back up.
Well, where do you work, and is it currently coming out?
I've been making cash payments, but the last 2 months I haven't been making enough. I was able to go in tomorrow and pay. I'm actually trying to apply for other places so I can have a more consistent income for making payments and obviously other stuff.
Well, maybe I'm not understanding, but it doesn't sound like you paid anything since March.
Right. No, I haven't had money to be able to pay for the last couple months.
Yeah, you don't have $199?
Not now, no, but I can get that paid tomorrow.
What's the difference between today and tomorrow?
Well, my paycheck comes in tomorrow.
Ms. King, anything you want to say or add?
The only thing that I have to say is I'm not currently working right now because I work at a school, so we're out for the summer. So, some financial help with Bree, at least over the summer, would be helpful.
Well, here's the thing. One thing I'm not hearing is I'm not sure I understand what the reason is why we're not getting payment. I'm certainly not hearing any manifest hardship. This is it's a pretty low bill per month, comparatively, and there's and then compare that to the arrears. That's a lot of non-payment, sir. So you're going to have to figure that out. You did make some payments, like I said, in March, 600 and 300 in February, but nothing since. So I am going to find you in contempt. We don't have to talk about jail, but you're going to be on a payment plan. So you're going to have to pay what's owed plus $87 a month towards the arrears, because that arrears balance is enormous compared to what you owe per month.
Okay.
So if you fail to do so, a bench warrant could be issued for your arrest, and you may have to serve up to 30 days in jail. I'll set bond at $300. Basically, if you pay as ordered, you don't have any issues. Okay. It's kind of, part of it's just an incentive plan for you, but, we just can't let things get, this out of hand for this long. And I think I'm just trying to encourage you. If you pay this as ordered, you won't have any issues. Okay.
Okay.
So we're not talking about jail today or anything like that, but whatever, let's get you caught up and get you back on track. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Your Honor.
I've got Andre Martin and Alexandra Salmon.
Okay, thank you.
Salmon? Oh my God. I have to pee.
All
but I
right,
can't
July
walk. I can't
6th,
leave
2023. This is date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Ms. Salmon, if you'd state your name for the record, please. And you're on mute, just so you know. There we go.
Sorry, thank you. Alexandra Salmon. That's
Thank
it.
you. Yep. Mr. Martin,
Yes, sir.
if you just state your name for the record, please.
Andre Martin.
Thank you. Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, front of the court. This is the matter of
Salmon, 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 Salmon.
Alexandra Salmon versus Andre Martin, file number 2018-14708 DP. Mr. Martin appeared for a show cause hearing on April 6th of this year. And as a result of his appearance at that appearance, he promised to pay $100 each month toward the arrearage balance. There is no current charge at this time, but the most recent order regarding child support was the party's order for custody support and parenting time. And the most recent payment was a payment made in June of 2023 of $90.92. Mr. Martin's history has been poor. And I think that's an understatement. He currently owes $11,014.45. Of that balance, $10,723.26 is owed to Ms. Salmon. I can pull a payment history up for the court's review, but I think what you will see is that Mr. Martin has not made any type of consistent payment towards this obligation since that April hearing.
Thank you. Mr. Martin, what's been going on?
Other than me cosplaying as Jessica Blanche for Christmas? No, or for Christmas. Okay, we now have to cosplay for Christmas. Seriously. Tin Man, thank you so much. Welcome to being a sous chef. Can you walk in for your shift? And seriously, I do look uncanny a little bit. Like, I mean, Jessica Blanche is super hot. She is super hot. I have postulated that she is an AI generated program from the prosecutor's office that has been statistically proven to get better results in front of most judges. And so sometimes you'll see her do this. Like I see her do it all the time, in fact, to the point where I believe that she has an earpiece in and that she's talking to her office, which makes sense. She is the best line of offense, right? So if I was there in their office, I would be like, yeah, we got to send fucking Jessica out too. But Jessica can't know everything about every case. That's just not feasible. So what do? You put a fucking earpiece in Jessica, and I guarantee if you look back, she does this so much, she's on an earpiece. I guarantee it. I love her. There's no shame, no blame to the admiration of her game. Jessica Blanche is, I bow to thee as well. But I notice these things, and I think that they probably have realized, like, hey, we get best results if Jessica goes out and pinch hits for everybody, but, you know, Jessica can't really know everything about it. So you'll see Jessica do this a lot. And unless Jessica has ear infections, Jessica has herself. Probably just an earbud from Apple. She probably has an iPhone. I'm just saying.
After our last meeting, I thought I set up the direct payment correctly. I had received an email that said my account would be charged, and apparently that's not the case. There was a bench warrant put out for my arrest, so I reached out to Eric and had made that payment. When I go into expert pay, it only shows me my case with McKenna. It doesn't show me the one to Alex. And I guess I was under the impression after talking to Eric that when I make a payment to McKenna's that it would be dispersed, as needed, since I'm paying it to the state first. So as soon as I found out about that bench warrant, called and talked to Eric and found out that my payments weren't set up the way I thought I had them. and then made a payment that either that afternoon or the next day, to get all that taken care of. And yeah, so I'm trying to get back on track, and wasn't trying to not pay. I thought I had it set up right, and I didn't. So I was just gonna do them, I guess, each month, not relying on that direct payment, because I can't seem to figure that out. So just having a couple issues trying to figure that out. But I did make a $700 payment. I want to say it was roughly 10 days ago now. I don't have the app pulled up, but I am trying to get it caught up, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay on track. Hey.
We have record of him paying $700 on this case, Mr. Hogue?
So, Your Honor, the issue, excuse me, the issue is he has a 2014 docket that is currently charging at $366 a month, and also for which he owes over $20,000 in back child support. And then he has this matter, which is not currently charging and is an arrearage only balance. So there was a $700 payment made in June, but because his accounts are in such a state of disrepair, the huge balance of that went towards the charging obligation with his 2014 case, and only $90 was paid towards this case.
Ms. Salmon, anything you'd like to add?
No, thank you.
All right. Well, here's one of the issues that I had. It seems to me, at least from court purposes, I gave you some grace and set up a payment plan with you for $100, hoping you'd do that. It's pretty apparent that you're not doing that. So I'm going to find you in contempt and put you on a payment plan. You can figure out that way. If you don't pay, a bench warrant will be issued for your arrest. You may have to serve up to 30 days in jail. On this, I'm going to set bond at $500. On this case, I'm still going to keep with the $100 a month, Mr. Hogue, as the payment plan. It's all arrears. So I'm not going to add any more arrears to it. I don't know why there's such a difficulty. I haven't heard anything to suggest why we're not getting payments, to be honest, other than he hasn't figured out. That's all right. You haven't figured out how to use it's not like, I don't know. Maybe you are making steps to pay it, but we haven't received any money except for the $90. So this is a payment plan. That way, if you don't pay, a bench warrant gets issued for your arrest, and you can take care of it through that from the jail. There's no reason to come back to court anymore and talk about the same thing. So we'll stand adjourned.
Very good. Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Salmon.
Okay, Grayson Myers and Tiffany Simpson.
Oh, she's here too.
She just checked in.
Okay.
Sounds spicy.
All right. It's July 6th, 2023. This is a date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Mr. Myers, if you state your name for the record, please.
Yes, sir. Mr. Grayson Myers.
And Ms. Simpson.
Tiffany Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, friend of the court. This is the matter of Tiffany Simpson versus Grayson Myers, file number 2020-15652 DM. As the court may recall, Mr. Myers appeared June 8th of this year and promised that he would pay $300 within 7 days and verify his employment with boride abrasives. Mr. Myers did pay $250, and we did prepare an income.
We're going back. Did they say four-eyed abrasives? Sounds like a bullying company. Let's hear that again.
As the court may recall, Mr. Myers appeared June 8th of this year and promised that he would pay $300 within 7 days and verify his employment with boride abrasives. Mr. Myas did pay $250, and we did prepare an income withholding order to boride abrasives that ended up getting returned several days after we mailed it out, indicating that Mr. Myas had been terminated. The most recent order regarding child support is their consent judgment of divorce from December of 2022. That requires $648 a month in child support, medical support, and child care. The most recent payment made was the $250 paid in June. Mr. Myas
paid $100 yesterday.
Don't interrupt.
And Mr. Myas' overall payment history has been pretty inconsistent and poor. Currently, the total balance owed is $6,877. Of that amount, $6,660.32 is owed to Ms. Simpson in child care and child support. I can provide the payment history for the court to review, but if Mr. Myas made a $100 payment yesterday, it's probably not going to appear on our records yet.
Either way, you have the opportunity now, Mr. Myas, to provide us with information. So now we'll hear from you. Okay, it's just not a time to argue with people about they're speaking. Go ahead.
I was trying to argue. So yes, you guys sent something out to Belt Tire. I emailed the front of the court and let them know that I'm taking the job with SMI. I have all my documents from my urine screen from June 30th. Tiffany has that as well. I'm just waiting on my background check and then my.
And then I start Monday? Please say it, buddy. You got Judge Hagan mad, and let me tell you, this man has sat through some of the most harrowing trials I've ever seen. We all have. And he didn't snap like that at Birdie's mom. So you need to watch yourself, sir. Maybe you should take your goddamn hat off in court. Why do these people not figure it out? I don't care if you're in your car, you're in court. My God.
Start date, and that is it.
That's
everything.
SMI, can you fill us in a little bit more so we can see if it's in our database, see what.
It's Skilled Manufacturing Incorporated. It's off of Arrow Park Drive.
I'm sure we've got that in our database. Let me just pull it up.
So good. Well, that's good. Sounds like you're going to start. I mean, you've basically started just getting the preliminary issues taken care of, right?
Yes, sir. This is,
and that's. And I didn't mean to interrupt you. It's the Zoom. So go ahead. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. It's this phone. It's the farthest I've been, like, to the real deal. Like, yeah, I've got everything in order.
Okay. Well, good. That sounds like we're a little bit further than where we were last time. Ms. Simpson, anything you wanted to add or say?
No, Grayson's been communicating with me. It sounds like he's going in the right direction. I just hope that he's able to get a start date and start turning his life around just for himself and his daughter. So
I agree. You know, it's quite a bit of arrears, but if you've got a job coming in and we can get an income withholding order generated, I'm more. I know that I said this last time, but let's get through this one and get things updated. Try to get an income withholding order and just get steady payments, okay? Because the problem is if we come back and next time it's let's switch jobs again, then I'm just going to put a payment plan on, and then you'll just have to figure it out from there, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Hogue,
just a brief question. So we do have skilled manufacturing in our database. I've prepared an income withholding order to go out. I'm wondering if the court towards the arrearage balance, should we do the standard $87 a month?
Let's do lower. It's $648 is pretty high. I know some of that's the child care. Let's do I'll do 25 towards arrears. It's not going to make any dent on the 6,000, but if we can get him paying regularly, then we'll catch up eventually, I think. Because I suspect we just need to get you to start getting payments.
Steady.
So 648 is your balance, your arrears is going to go up a lot if you don't pay. Okay. So, that's really all I can add. But again, I'm going to only adjourn this out 60 days. So, I would recommend keeping the job at least that long so that you can come into court and say you've got the job and we're getting payments. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Hold on for a moment while I
At
deal
last I
with-
knew, Danielle. Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse you. You can talk while I deal
I think you
with-
can.
Yeah. See, I knew you were done. I knew you were done. Hold on, guys. Just give me one moment while I pull up the next part of tonight's entertainment, which is the rest of these hearings, guys.
This looked like a lot of people to me. So anyway.
All right.
Looks like we're on YouTube now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hooray.
There's Michael Collins.
Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Welcome to YouTube, baby.
All right. It's July 6th, 2023. This is a date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Ms. Johnson, if you'd state your name for the record, please.
Kimberly Johnson.
And Mr. Collins.
Michael Collins.
Thank you. Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, front of the court. This is the matter of Kimberly Johnson versus Michael Collins, file number 2012-9068-DP. A motion order show cause was served on Mr. Collins June 5th, 2023. The most recent order regarding child support in this matter is the party's fourth order modifying their order for custody support and parenting time that was entered in December of 2019. That order requires $441 a month in child support, medical support, and child care. The most recent payment received on this account was in March of this year. The payments totaled $897.80. The total arrearage owed on this case is $8,505.65. Of that total amount, Your Honor, $8,007.66 is owed to Miss Johnson. I can pull the payment history up for the court's review. The enforcement history on this matter has been fairly extensive.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. So what's been going on?
Your Honor, I'm not making any excuses. I realize the predicament that I'm in. What's been going on? I have been homeless for the past 5.5, 6 months. I've been living out in the Pines, and I have not had the wherewithal to pay. It's not like I'm intentionally not paying. It's just been very hard to maintain any type of jobs, even when I have interviews because of my homelessness matter. What I can assure you of is I do have a second interview tomorrow at Grand Traverse Container. I feel very confident I'm going to get the job. I know someone who works there. It's paying $24 an hour. If I get the job, I've been told by my family that they would help me dollar for dollar. And I know that they would do that because a year and a half ago when I owed exponentially more, I think I owed $22,000, my family helped me pay the full debt off. I got it down to zero. No one's more upset about owing the $8,500 in me because it's like I worked so hard to get that paid off a year and a half ago, and I put myself right back in this predicament. And I do take it seriously. It's just been hard given my homelessness situation. And if I can do like a rigid payment plan, I would adhere to that. And if I don't adhere to that, by all means, I should be thrown in jail. But I would like to be given the opportunity to absolve this matter, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Johnson, anything you'd like to say or add?
No, I'm just here to kind of listen and see where we're at, Your Honor. I haven't had any contact with Michael, and neither has my son. And I just really kind of wanted to catch up and see where he was at and what was going on.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Sure.
Mr. Hagan, Your Honor, I have something to tell you.
Guys, my neighbors are fighting. Can you hear that? They're freaking out. Interrupt this programming. Cannot stop. Get the fucking other mic working. God damn it, kitchen. They're freaking out. She said she's nasty. Oh, one of them's hitting. God damn it. You guys can't hear it. I have to. I'm here with it. Can you hear me again? I know you. Okay, hold on. Can you hear me proper from my good mic? I think they went inside though. She just told her to leave. Okay, I'm back. Hold on. Oh, okay. Here's the breakdown. They came outside. They were like yelling. God damn it. The one time my microphone is not working. Of course. But nobody's leaving. They just gone inside to have their domestic. They came outside. They were probably like, all I can hear is weird court lady. Okay, I'm gonna keep playing this. I'm gonna go check on them from another angle and I'll be right back.
The reason why I have not been in contact with Kim is because my last text message from Kim, and I have verifiable proof back in March, she told me to have a good life, that she wanted nothing to do with me because she felt as though when I was homeless, when I stayed at Safe Harbor, I didn't tell her that I was there when she was an employee there. And I did text my son concurrently to that time frame, telling him that I love him very much. Despite any differences me and your mom have, I want to be in your life. Your Honor, that's why I relocated here, sir. I'm from Illinois. I'm not even from Michigan. I sacrificed a lot to be here. When I did text my son back in March, Your Honor, which I have proof of, my son never followed up with me, which I found to be very weird, very strange and weird, because whenever I've texted and reached out to him before on his cell phone, he's always gotten back to me, Your Honor. So I was just going by what Kim said. She didn't want me to contact her anymore.
Just a second. Just so we know, I appreciate that. And it sounds like the two of you are sort of communicating today through the court. But we're here just for the child support issue. So any custody issues or whatever you can take care of on a
no problem, sir. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm just letting you know why I haven't heard from them.
Wrong. It's just we've got a long line of people, and I need to address this issue. Okay.
Okay, no problem, sir.
Here's what I'll do. I'll adjourn this out 60 days. I appreciate you saying you want a rigid payment plan, but here's how the payment plan works, just so you're aware. It's what you owe plus $87 a month. So if you're not paying the $440, your rigid payment plan is your current court order. Okay. I mean, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes, sir.
It sounds like you're having some setbacks with homelessness. I'm willing to work with you a little bit on that if you've got this interview, but we need to know if you get that job. I'm only going to adjourn this out 60 days. And if we're in the
I will have a second interview tomorrow. Yeah.
If we're in the same spot tomorrow or in 60 days, we'll be having a different conversation because I want you to get the job. I want you to pay it. I mean, I assume it's true, Mr. Hogue. He did end up paying the $22,000. I mean, we know you're capable of doing it. So I want to see that done.
Yes, sir. Yes, you have my word, and I really do hope I get this job tomorrow. I do want to pay Kim, and I have every intention on doing that. It's just been hard because of my homelessness situation. I do appreciate you working with me when I know you didn't have to.
But
So I
just
do
remember,
appreciate you.
just remember that you kind of, I mean, when you're talking about a payment plan, you have
Yes,
a
sir.
payment plan, and that's your court order, and you need to be complying with that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Maybe
So
I
in 60,
said it
60
wrong.
days,
So-
if we're back here and you haven't figured out a job or anything by then, you know, because there's a lot, you have a long, a large arrears, I guess is what I'm getting at. And so we need to take care of it. I don't know how you came up with the 897 in March, but
Here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you guys about my neighborliness. Here, I have a very good hearing. I've been tested recently. The audiologist, I had a full hearing test for a specific job that I was applying for. And the audiologist was like, legit, no doubt, this is some of the best hearing I've seen in a long, long time. You have really great recognition, all these weird things. And I was like, I know, I hear a lot of things. And so I'm a good neighbor because I have a spidey sense that is pretty on, and I can hear things, and I like know the sounds of things. So there was once hi Hector. There was once and first of all, this is sort of my, I mean, I don't even know those people. I don't know their names. So I'm not that good of a neighbor. But this is also not quite my house. But I was at the other location and doing what I do, like out on the porch, just like being nosy, sort of like, you know, getting some fresh air. And I like look across the road, kitty corner, and I can see the neighbors that are moving, like they were about to leave. And I saw the gentleman choking, and I could see that he was actually choking. He couldn't make a sound, and that's real choking and dangerous. And I was like, 45 feet away or something like that at my house. But I just saw this from my stairs, and there's people around him, but nobody was seeing him. And I just like ran. Yeah, I ran over and I started yelling like, call 911, call 911. He's choking. I ran over and I started to give him the Heimlich maneuver, and I did give him the Heimlich maneuver, and he was okay. And we didn't have to call 911. But the first thing you do is get somebody else to call 911. Easier for me to run over there and give him the Heimlich than for me to explain to them that he's choking by the time they figure it out. So, but he was like, how did you see it? I was like, I don't know. I just saw like that you were choking. It was chicken. It was chicken. He was just like, oh my God. I was gonna die. I was like, it's okay. You were fine. He's like, no, I wasn't fine. I was gonna die. And I was like, well, you're okay now. And again, like, here's the thing, and this is really important for people to know. If you're dealing with chickens, you never trust them. If you turn your back on a chicken while you're sleeping, they'll cut your throat. No, I'm just no. The important thing to note is that if somebody can make any noise whatsoever, they're not choking, and that's really good. So you have to, as soon as you think that somebody's choking, the first thing that you do is you go over and you start talking to them and trying to get them to speak with you. And at any point in time, if they can pass any noise, any air through and make any noise, they're not choking, and that's really great. You can reassure them at that moment. I have some good news. You have something stuck in your throat, but you can still move air and you're breathing, and this is good. And so we're going to calm down. And that's actually a really good sign. It is when somebody is completely silent and air blocked that you need to initiate the abdominal thrust maneuver. It's not called the Heimlich anymore. It's called the abdominal thrust maneuver. And that is important to do, and it should be important for people to learn how to do for themselves as well. But yeah, the first thing to do is yes, give them a tracheotomy with a pen. You must carry a sharpened pen with you at all times in order to give street side tracheotomies. I'm told in America that's pretty standard because you guys don't call ambulances for some reason because of the cost or something. No, I'm just joking. But separate little sideways. Hi, Charles. Hope you're doing well, friend. I just went on a little bit of a tangent there, but
That's likely what's keeping you out of jail today. Understood?
Yes, sir. And believe me, I am taking this serious because I know if it reaches 10,000, I could be looking at a felony, and I don't want that to happen, Your Honor. So
Yeah.
I hope I get this job tomorrow, and I will make double payments with my paychecks. Believe me, I don't want to put myself in a felony situation again
Well,
because
if
I've
you
already
get the
been
job,
through this
if you get
before.
the job, you need to alert friend of the court immediately. Do you understand? So we can get an income withholding order or something going.
Yes, sir. I will call my caseworker tomorrow, Eric Solani, if I get that job, so that he can get that set up. I will let him know right away.
Very good.
Okay, because otherwise, Mr. Hogue, I was also considering family support court. So that if we can mail him information on that if you'd like
Sure.
now or wait. That's part of why, that's another reason why I'm not going straight to the contempt because maybe we can help you out with some assistance with family support court. So we'll see. We're going to mail you the information. I want you to look over it and then we'll talk about it next time if we have to, if you aren't paying. Okay.
Yeah, I believe me, I'll have payments paid, and hopefully I can get half of it paid within that time frame of 60 days because I want to get this absolved as soon as possible. And I do appreciate you working with me. It's just been hard, Your Honor, because I've been homeless for a while.
All right. Thank you both.
All right. All set. Thanks.
Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll get Mr. Demarzo.
All right. It is July 6, 2023. This is date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Mr. Demarzo, if you'd state your name for the record, please.
Jeremy Dante Demarzo.
Thank you. And Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, friend of the court. This is the matter of Aaron Stewart versus Jeremy Demarzo, file number 2015-12248-DS. A motion order to show cause was served on Mr. Demarzo June 5th, 2023. The most recent order in this matter regarding child support is their original judgment of support prepared by the prosecuting attorney's office that was entered in December of 2015. The total monthly charge for Mr. Demarzo is $130. He's not paid anything through the MISDU. However, I would indicate that there have been many requests for arrearage forgiveness by his co-parent in this case, which is the reason that the amount owed is so small. The amount owed is $1,105.96. Of that amount, $228 is owed to Miss Stewart, which she has the ability to forgive at any point in time. The remaining amount, however, of nearly $200 in fees and $678.46 in medical support to the state is not money that Miss Stewart is able to forgive, and Mr. Demarzo continues to not pay anything towards those balances. I can pull the payment history up for the court's review.
All right, sir. So what's been going on?
I was under the impression that when this all first started, we didn't even want to build a case through friend of the court. We wanted to just do it amongst us. I didn't realize that until just recently, because I've been paying the mother of my children, so she forgives the courts, but I didn't realize that the courts had that much money built up just for the courts themselves. So here we are, because I didn't pay the money that I didn't realize it wasn't going towards her.
Yeah, that's to the state, not necessarily to the court. But well, now you know. I mean, can we get payments? I understand that you're not behind much on the actual child support, but we do have fees and costs that we have to collect for the state. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
I know that's all right. I understand that you're working out most of the payments with your co-parent, which is always good. But we, unfortunately, we're here mainly because of fees and costs to the state. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
If you could just start, I mean, you're ordered to pay $130 a month, which is not that much. Okay.
No.
If you're, paying any of that, you'll be done with those fees. Those don't. So the issue with the child support is, your arrears will go up if you don't pay it. But if your co-parent forgives it, you're taking care of the balance that way. But I would say the reason why I bring that up is because anything you pay towards those fees, you're going to just pay it. That balance doesn't increase. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So if you pay, we put money towards that, and then you don't have to worry about those anymore, and you don't have to come to court.
She just got a different job. She just got a different job and got. I believe that the purpose of this is because of she was collecting assistance. So she just got a new job and got the kids put on her insurance and stuff like that. So we're kind of in the process of trying to go through and see if we can maybe get rid of the case altogether.
Yeah, and that's a possibility, but I can tell you there are a few things that keep you from being able to do that, and one is having an arrears.
Okay.
Okay, so your arrears balance is gonna what's owed to the state is also considered part of your arrears. Okay, so even if you came to court tomorrow and you said we want to opt out in front of the court, it's unlikely you'd meet those requirements because you have an arrears. Okay. So anything you can pay in the next 14 days towards this balance?
Yes, sir. I could probably be down there, if not today, tomorrow, and I could drop probably $300-400.
Okay, that'd be great. I mean, that benefits you because that would take care of the child support arrears portion, but we got to whittle down the fees. Okay.
Completely understand.
So let's get the $300 in the next 14 days. I'll adjourn this out in 90 days. And now that you know what is owed and why you're paying, let's get steady payments coming in so you don't have to come back to court. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
I think we're skipping ahead to Mosher.
I believe Mr. Kozlowski has logged in.
Okay.
In fact, I believe I have something to say, which is I can do so many looks with my hair now. In one fell swoop, I can be our favorite public defender, Jessica Blanche. Cosplay, obviously. And then we have here, this is what your hair looks like after a Brazilian blowout. Would you be mad if I told you that I did not brush my hair or straighten it? I literally washed it and walked out. Sorry about that. That's true. I did not brush it. I haven't yet. I don't usually. I never blow dry it and I never straighten it. So it's just the way it is. So then we've got this, which is like, I guess, just like this is like Morticia Adams, but then this is a little more like, whatever. Okay, I'm distracted. Also, can anybody guess what I'm eating? Can anybody guess what I'm eating? So quick. Okay, let's keep watching.
Great.
Do you want me to go ahead and bring him in?
Bring him right in. Yeah.
Okay. Is this?
Yeah, I am muted. I'm just gonna turn that one off now that this puppy's working again. I've had a Karen haircut recently. I cut off almost 2 feet of hair. But anyways, no, none of this is. You guys have not hit on it yet. I don't know what to say. A food or a snack, Hector. It's a food and a snack. Everything that I eat is either a food or a snack.
Mr. Kozlowski?
Yeah, it says.
Okay.
Did he say yes? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. This is July 6th, 2023. This is date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Ms. Petty, if you'd state your name for the record, please. Did it cut out to you? Ms. Petty, if you just state your name, I'm not sure I quite heard it.
Oh, Petty.
It seems like it's cutting out a little bit, but I heard you. Hopefully you can hear us. Mr. Kozlowski, please state your name for the record.
Jane Kozlowski.
Thank you. And Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, front of the court. This is a matter of Sarah Petty versus Kane Kozlowski, file number 2020-15705-DS. A motion order show cause was served on Mr. Kozlowski June 5th, 2023. And the most recent order regarding child support in this matter is the party's consent judgment of support, which they both signed in October of 2020. That consent judgment of support requires $450 a month in child support and medical support. Currently, there is a balance owed of $12,110 even. That represents every single charge since this case began charging because Mr. Kozlowski has paid zero. I can pull the payment history up for the court's review.
All right, Mr. Kozlowski, what's been going on?
We go over this every time. I give Miss Patty money every paycheck I get. I give her as much money as I can, which is pretty darn close to the $400 and whatever dollars a month.
If Eeyore was in a court hearing, he would sound like him.
Seriously, what the heck?
Okay, Ms. Petty, anything you'd like to add?
No, that's about right. Yeah, he pays through me instead of through the court. So.
Well, are you willing?
I did the math.
Are you
willing to forgive some of it? Yes. All of what he has paid since.
You're cutting out.
Add it up. Not sure why I'm cutting out. I have full bars.
Yeah, it's unclear to me, but we're getting about half of what you're saying.
A different location. Can you guys hear me better?
Yes.
So I'm willing to forgive some of the money. I added up that because that's where he pays through. I added up all the amount of what he's paid me since January, and I'm willing to forgive.
What is the amount you're willing to forgive, Miss Petty?
Yeah, I mean, we need it's cutting out during
the
part.
What to do? I'm outside. I have full bars. I don't know what to do.
What's the amount you're willing to forgive?
1,000.
Missed it.
I can't hear you.
Hold on, I'm trying. Oh.
I guess while
can you
she's
hear me?
figuring that out, Mr. Kozlowski, is there a reason why you're not paying through the state? I mean, you seem to be as annoyed as we are that you have to come to court. So why don't you just pay through the system?
Because I shouldn't have to.
Your court order requires it.
Yeah, well, here's what we'll do. You have the ability to pay, you're just not paying. I'm gonna find you in contempt. You're to pay what's owed plus $87 a month. If you fail to do so, a bench warrant will be issued for your arrest. You could have to serve up to 30 days in jail.
I've been giving her the money.
I understand, but she can forgive it. She can tell us what the amount is to forgive and send that in writing, and we can take care of the arrears. But you're not paying through the system, and you keep coming to court, and you don't want to have to pay. That's like the definition of contempt. If you are arrested, I'm going to set bond at $600. So you can pay through the system, or you all can work out the arrears on your own. You're supposed to be paying as ordered. Stand adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Shooketh. Oh my God, Judge Hagan, where is this judge been? Where have you been all those hours when we were dealing with those other people?
I believe Miss Mosher's next.
Yep, I'll get her right now.
Judge has a surf contest to go
It's
to.
July 6, 2023. This is date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Ms. Mosher, please state your name for the record.
Megan Elizabeth Mosher.
And Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, front of the court. This is the matter of Megan Mosher versus David Asseltine, file number 2016-12502DS. The motion order show cause was served on Ms. Mosher June 5th, 2023. And the most recent order regarding child support is the party's first order modifying their order for custody support and parenting time that was entered in October of 2016. It was a stipulated order, and it requires $312 a month in child support and medical support. The most recent payment received was a non-voluntary lump sum payment in March of this year that totaled $1,380. Overall, Ms. Mosher's payment history has been intermittent, and recently there have been some significant lump sum payments. However, there remains an outstanding balance of $2,795.34. Of that total balance, $2,326.85 is owed to Ms. Mosher's co-parent. I can pull the payment history up for the court's review.
Ms. Mosher, what's been going on?
I'm not entirely sure. So last year, I had a steady job. I was working on getting income withholding forefront of the court. They weren't able to get it on the employer side. My employer ended up not being able to pay the employees. I lost my job. I did get hired into a new job in January of 2023. And I've been working part-time. I've been getting my, excuse me, my wages garnished. So if I didn't realize there was that much of a lump sum. I knew that my taxes went towards it, but I'm not really sure. So if I found at fault,
just a second. So okay, so you're saying that it's coming out of your paychecks, is that right? You think it is?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Where are you working?
I work for Bigby ABI.
Do we have an income withholding order in place for that business, Mr. Hogue?
The most recent income withholding order was to American Business Management in January of 2023.
That is the company I work for.
And we've not received anything from that income withholding order. Not one single payment has been submitted to the MISDU.
Oh my gosh.
Is there, here's what I'm going to ask you to do then, ma'am. Let's try to verify that. I'll give you a chance to verify that with your employer, see what's going on, because we've had it before where it comes out of paychecks and it doesn't come to us. So then we have to talk to the employer. But I want you to have the chance to talk to them first, okay?
Okay. I really appreciate that.
And figure out what's going on, because I mean, it's kind of a big balance. Obviously, there's nothing coming out, but you're saying you think it is. I don't know if you're looking at your paychecks to see if things are coming out, but I'll give you 60 days here to check with your employer, see what's going on with the income withholding order, or double check your paychecks to make sure that it's actually coming out. So we could, I'm willing to work with you to figure that part out. But the issue is, if it's not coming out, you're still responsible to pay that amount. Okay.
Correct.
So
I
even
understand
if
that.
you have to pay cash, you have to pay, okay?
Correct.
So let's get this figured out, and if it's in place and you're making steady payments, it's likely we won't have to see you in court. But if we're at the same spot where you say it's coming out and we don't have any record of it, because another thing you could do is provide a copy of your pay stub to your caseworker so we can verify these things, okay?
Okay. How would I go? Would I just contact my caseworker and send them via fax or email?
Correct.
Okay.
Do you have our email address, Ms. Mosher?
I do not. May I receive that, please?
Sure, yeah. It's
All right. Friend of the court.
That's correct. And if you email your pay stubs in, then they will be forwarded appropriately to your case manager, Tamara Berge.
That was the whole
I will
email.
do
He
that
wrote it out. It was so
after I get
long.
off
I
the
mean,
phone
the other
with
part though, ma'am, for your own benefit, I would check to see with your employer what's going on, because if there's money being pulled out,
it's not
not only are you not seeing that money, but you're also not complying with the court order. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
So if I were you, I'd want to know where that money's going.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Next, we've got Danielle Nambuki and Nicholas Otto. Oh, hang on, I got one extra person coming in.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
The boxes move around.
Yeah, I know.
It changes when you bring, I do that. I've done that plenty of times. Okay, it's July 6, 2023. This is date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Mr. Otto, if you'd state your name for the record, please.
Nicholas Wayne Otto.
And Ms. Nambuki.
Danielle Nambuki.
Thank you, Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, friend of the court. This is the matter of Nicholas Otto versus Danielle Nambuki, file number 2012-9319-DS. Motion order show cause was served on Ms. Nambuki June 5th, 2023. The most recent order regarding child support in this matter is the party's second order modifying their order for custody, support, and parenting time that was entered in July of 2017. That requires $218 a month in child support and medical support. The most recent payment received was in November of 2022. Looks like it was, we had an active income withholding order at that time. That month, we recorded $186.77 paid towards child support. I would indicate that Ms. Nambuki's overall history has been mostly good. From April 2017 through November of 2022, the payments were coming in regularly. However, since November of 2022, we've not received a payment, and there remains now an outstanding balance of $1,834.62. Of that amount, $1,644.94 is owed to Mr. Otto. I can pull the payment history up for the court's review.
All right, thank you. Ms. Nambuki, what's been going on?
I've just had a baby and I've been unemployed.
I didn't quite hear you. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
I was, during my pregnancy, I was unemployed.
Okay. Are you employed currently?
No.
Are you looking for work?
Yes.
Where was the last place you looked?
Where I look weekly.
No, I wasn't talking about how frequently. Where are you looking?
Quite a few different places. I do a weekly log of 40 jobs every week through a program to help me find employment.
What's the program?
I would have to look at my email.
Is it Michigan Works?
Yes.
Are you having any luck? Any interviews? Anything going on?
No, I've just been turning in resumes and doing online applications.
Mr. Otto, anything you'd like to add?
For the last 2 years, she has claimed Aiden on her taxes as her dependent, that she keeps him overnights and everything. So I'm currently going through the IRS trying to get that reversed as well. So her not working, she still claimed taxes on him.
Okay, so ma'am, how can we get 218?
What is that, Billy? Let me try and look it up without fucking this up. No, none of those things. The closest so far has been cheese curds, but not quite.
A month is not a very high amount. So how can we start getting steady payments?
And once I find employment, I'll be able to catch up on those payments.
Well, but you haven't been able to tell me much about your employment search. That's why I was asking to say.
I'm sorry, what was that?
What amount can you pay in the next 14 days?
$100.
$100?
Yes.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I want to see the $100 paid in 14 days. I'll adjourn this 60 days, but if we're here at this, if we're getting the same story next time, we're likely going to have a different conversation, because if you're not working and you're not paying, you're not leaving me much option. Does that make sense? Because I don't want you in jail, especially if you've got a new child, but if you're not working and you're not paying, it doesn't make any difference, okay?
Okay. So do we address the issue about the fact that he hasn't been giving me my son for the past 3 years?
That's not for today. We're addressing the fact that you haven't paid since November of 2022.
Okay. Okay.
And the other part of this is, Mr. Hogue, I would like to I would ask that you send her some paperwork on family support court.
Sure.
If it's true that she's looking for jobs and going through that process weekly, maybe the court can help her find a job, get you back on your feet, and get payments coming in. Because I would think even a part-time job, you'd be able to come up with $218 a month. And I don't want the arrear, like, we're not completely out of hand with the $2,000, but we're getting there. Okay. And in 60 days, we're almost on a year with no payments. And I don't want to see that. I mean, I know there was one in March, but it was under what we're looking for. Understood?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
And
He said he's been on 55 minutes, is that right?
yeah, we're getting to him.
All right,
Okay. I've got Santana, Soper, and Tara Scholten.
All right. It's July 6th, 2023. This is date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Mr. Soper, if you'd state your name for the record, please.
Santana Lee Soper.
Thank you. And Ms. Scholten? And you're on mute, but if you just state your name whenever you can unmute there.
Tara Ann Scholten.
Thank you. Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, friend of the court. This is the matter of Tara Scholten versus Santana Soper, file number 2018-14660DS. Motion order show cause was served on Mr. Soper June 5th, 2023. And the most recent order regarding child support is the party's original order for custody support and parenting time entered in December of 2018. That requires $352 a month in child support and medical support. The most recent payments made were in April of 2023. $333 was paid in April. The overall history, there have been multiple bench warrants issued on this case, and there have been periods of income withholding order where we've had active payments, and also many periods of no payment at all. There remains an outstanding balance of $7,555.11. Of that amount, $6,519.28 is owed to Ms. Scholten. The remainder in costs associated to the issuance of bench warrants, as well as fees and medical support to the state. I can pull the payment history up for the court's review.
All right, so Mr. Soper, what's been going on?
Well, I had a steady job going for a good while. I was working out of town. It wasn't working out. It just wasn't for me, I suppose. I left that company, went into another company, and then that fell through. Relationship went, my truck got repoed. That's why I haven't been able to pay anything except for we paid $80 2 days ago. Yesterday, I gave $80. I've been working with a friend of the family. He's giving me money for child support, and we're putting money aside for a vehicle so I can get steady work. But until then, I'm doing what I can with him for what little bit I can give to friend of the court and to Tara.
Okay, how did we get to $7,000 though?
It's been a little bit since I paid, other than just yesterday.
All right, Ms. Scholten, anything you'd like to say or add?
The only thing is that I'm in a HUD housing unit. So anytime something is paid, I have to report that, and then my rent changes. So it's hard to keep up on bills because when it's paid, I pay more, and when it's not, I got to get that switched. So that makes it a little difficult.
You're going to have to help me understand that.
Okay, so my rent is based on my income. Child support is counted as a part of my income. So whatever I make, like when I get child support, they consider that making more money. So I have to pay more in rent for the times that it's paid. And then when it's not paid, I have to wait for them to lower my rent back down to like what it would be for just my income for work.
But I guess the point what I didn't quite understand is, you want the child support, right? I mean, it's helpful to have that money. You're wanting it consistently so that you're not going up and down. Is that
right? Right.
Gotcha. All right. Well, here's the thing, and I appreciate you paying $80, sir, recently. But we got to get steady payments, and I'm not sure that a couple months here of no work gets us to 7,000. That's why I'm concerned. Okay.
I understand.
So we can take jail off the table. It sounds like you're trying to get work, trying to look at that, but
yes, sir.
I think you do have the ability to pay, and that we're not getting the money, and there's no manifest hardship here. Okay. So I'm going to put you on a payment plan, which comes with a contempt finding. So you need to pay what's owed. But typically I'll do $87 a month, but I'll do it a little bit lower so that you can maybe get on your feet. Let's do $25 a month towards the arrears. I'm more concerned right now. Look, we don't want the arrears to balloon, but I'm more concerned, as Ms. Scholten is, with getting steady payments. So I don't want to make a payment plan that you can't do, but I think you can do that. All right. So you're going to have to find a way to do that.
Okay.
Because if you don't, that's a 2-year payment plan. If you don't pay as ordered, a bench warrant could be issued for your arrest, and you could have to serve up to 30 days in jail. With this amount, I'll just set bond at $500. That's only, so in other words, if you pay as ordered, you don't have any problems. But if we're getting the non-payments and things continue to spiral here, a bench warrant could be issued, and you won't be coming to court like this. You'll be arrested. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you both.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And Mr. Recker is next.
Right. Was here our last 9:15?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I thought. We're getting our 10:15s. Okay, it's July 6th, 2023. This is date and time set for the court show cause hearings with regard to child support. Mr. Recker, if you state your name for the record, please.
Corey Michael Recker.
Thank you. Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, friend of the court. This is the matter of Kate Recker versus Corey Recker, file number 2022-16595-DM. Motion order show cause was served on Mr. Recker June 5th, 2023. The party's most recent order regarding child support is their consent judgment of divorce that was entered in September of 2022, requiring $186 a month total in child support, health insurance premium, and medical support. Mr. Recker's payment history from September 2022 through February of 2023 was good. Otherwise, since then, there's been no payment made. There remains an outstanding balance of $1,804.35. Of that amount, $1,730.85 is owed to the other parent, the remainder in fees. I can pull the payment history up for the court's review.
Okay, sir. So what's been going on?
I've worked at Domino's for 10 months now, and then child support was coming out directly from those accounts, and everything was fine. And then they switched ownership, and the owners had gotten the new paperwork. I have 2 messages of me notifying them that the courts are demanding this be done, and the only thing I've gotten in response was we'll look into it. So beyond that, that's not an excuse by any means, but I had just gotten used to those payments directly coming out, that I just go to work and home and that's it. And I hadn't noticed that the payments weren't coming out until either my bank account's cleared out or I get a letter saying that I'm in contempt of court.
Okay. So we can work with you a little bit on that. Mr. Hogue, do we have an open income withholding order for, you're working at Dom? Do you know what the company that owns this particular franchise?
They have weird names. I think it's like
well, either way,
I can't remember.
Withholding order, Mr. Hogue? Yeah, go ahead.
Most recent employer we have is Pizza Rockstars LLC.
Okay.
And that was from October of 2022. So the timing with respect to what you're saying, the change in ownership seems to be reflective of that. And I'm going to make sure that we actually have an income withholding order that was mailed to them. Just double check that.
Yeah, and let's see if ownership change. Now, of course, as you know, Mr. Recker, whether it's coming out, you're still responsible for it. I know that you said that, but if we've got an income withholding order that we could generate or get going, because I'm sure we can through them, or at least we can try again. I'd like to see that, because we're, with 186 a month, that's not a very big amount. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'm sure you're earning that there. We need to get that money paid for child support.
Yes, Your Honor.
So
I did come into the courthouse yesterday and make a $500 payment.
Oh, you should definitely say that when you're on a show cause hearing.
Oh, okay.
That's,
yes,
that's over a third of what you owe. I mean, anytime you make it, that's a good effort. I appreciate that. Doesn't take care of the balance, but just remember, hopefully you won't have to come back to court for this again. But if you come to court, you should feel welcome to provide us with information that benefits you. Okay.
Yes,
we're just trying to figure out what's going on, and if you're out there willfully violating the order, then we got to take care of it. Okay. But if it sounds to me like you're You're trying to fix an issue. It's taking a little bit longer than maybe we prefer. Okay, because we got to figure out that income withholding order.
Yes, Your Honor.
But Mr. Hogue, then do we generate the order? Do we need Mr. Recker to get us the EIN or?
Yeah, so Mr. Recker, how about you contact your case manager, Tamara Berge? She's very easy to get in touch with, and have a conversation with her. Provide the federal employee identification number of the current ownership, because it looks like we've got an income withholding order to Pizza Rock Stars in October of 2022, and it looks like we have an income withholding order to Great Lakes Pizza of Northern Michigan, limited license from March of 2023. Both have been sent to those respective employers. So we need to figure out actually who the ownership is of your current franchise so that we can have the money coming out of your paycheck. So have a conversation with your employer to make sure that they provide the federal employee identification number, and you provide that to Ms. Berge.
FEIN. Yes, sir.
FEIN. All right.
So I'll expect you to reach out to her within, the next 7 days here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And then let's just get that part figured out. So like you said, you don't have to worry about it just coming out of your check, but we can only do so much. Okay. And we'll work with you on that, but we have to have you kind of figure that part out.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I'll turn this out 60 days. I don't want to go too far because if we haven't figured it out by then, just as a reminder, sir, you need to be paying in cash. There are many ways to pay, but if it's not coming out as an income withholding through an income withholding order, you are still responsible for paying it.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Shit, that's the end. Look at that. It ended like that. The Roaches. That's a good album. Okay. Let me just get rid of that for a moment. I will pop that on. I was reading in the chat. I was thinking about my fucking trip to Florida, which I am just fully planning now. You can't find what, Sashina? Also, yes, shoot me a message on Discord. I definitely want to plan some fun things while I'm in Florida. It'll be so fun. The Iggy. I like it. I love it. I know, Sashina. I once swore I would never go to Florida again, but I've eaten worse things than those words. So, it's like, guys, I hope that you have had a wonderful evening. We just watched Referee Hagen sort of like blast through. I guess a visit is different. Don't worry, I'm not going to be on vacation, like not working. Donna knows that. I got to work. The beautiful thing is I'll do probably I'll be more effective away from home and in like hot weather. Oh my God. Although I don't even know. Doesn't really matter. Regardless, I am going to make it a couple weeks. I'm going to try and go up and down the East Coast a tiny little bit. I say that now. We'll see how we do. It is such a beautiful night out, you guys. I'm looking in the sky. It is gorgeous. Sky is clear. I apologize if I know, Sashina, I'm sorry. It's at the end of September. But we'll see. There might be weekend things, we'll figure it out. I don't even know the details officially of the Credence and Mikey thing. Aren't they they're doing something in Disneyland or something, or Disney World or something like that. I don't know how that's gonna go. So regardless. However, I was thinking, oh, we could do a live show. Wouldn't that be fun? Um, Grammy Rita, have I been to the Bahamas? Have I been to the Bahamas? I don't think so. I was diverted from the Bahamas when I went. I've been on many cruises, but not to the Bahamas. Odd enough. But I would love to go to the Bahamas. Ooh, hell yeah. I'll do almost anything. Okay, you guys, I love you very much. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Go, I don't know, go do something nice. Go smile. Watch some court. Don't watch my last video. I'm gonna go pull that down. It was really shitty. Have to fix that. And thank you guys so much. If you want to chat with me, message me on Discord. I am Kitchen Court Cases. That's who I am. Hi, guy. Hi. Bye, Shane. I hope you have a great evening. Sashina, you climbed a Mayan pyramid on the day the world was gonna end. Did we see that? Where they were like gonna stone you to death? Probably get taken off YouTube for saying something like that. But remember that time that lady climbed up the mountain or up a Mayan pyramid, and then she thought everyone was like clapping for her, but everyone was like, "Get the fuck off of that mountain," or that fucking thing. Please don't tell me that was you, Sashina, because if that was, we have to talk. Love you guys. Courtney, if you come with me, I'll fly to the Bahamas. Strength in numbers, right? All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a bit. Love you guys too. Have a good night.